What is up, BP crew? It's Spence Crosby, and today we're going to be talking about these basic but very essential stretches you need to be doing. Stay tuned. As I always say, go ahead and do me a favor and like this video. Otherwise, their name will be written down. Just like Yagami did. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button, followed by that notification bell. That way, you're notified for future released videos. Now, let's talk about these stretches. As I said in my Why You Should Start Stretching video, I talked about the benefits of stretching. I talked about how stretching is essential. It helps to elevate your mood, improve your overall athletic performance, improves your posture. It also will help to alleviate muscle soreness, as well as making sure your muscles last a long time. So I'm gonna be giving you guys these essential stretches you should be doing. And the first stretch we're gonna talk about today is the standing pike. The standing pike stretch is gonna be essential for alleviating tight hamstrings and tight lower back muscles. This is my go-to stretch in the morning. What I like to do is to open up, then collapse down and fully relax. And number two is the standing quad stretch. Your standing quad stretch is going to be essential for alleviating tight quads as well as tight hip flexors. And what you want to do with this stretch is you want to make sure you posteriorly tilt your pelvis, which is going to allow for greater range of motion and effective stretching. And number three, we're going to be talking about how to stretch your hip flexors. Your hip flexors are just a group of muscles that's going to aid you in walking as well as to help you out in other performances or movements. And how you stretch your hip flexors is you want to get in a lunge-like position and you want to posteriorly tilt your pelvis. The same thing you did with the quad stretch, you don't want to anteriorly tilt your pelvis because it's going to put a lot of stress on that hip capsule as well as you're going to be overextending your hips. So make sure you guys stretch out those hip flexors. Number four, we're going to be moving to the straddle position on the floor. With this stretch, you're going to get in a straddle-like position on the floor and you're going to go from left to right. What this stretch is going to do is to greatly relieve stress or tightness in areas such as your lower back, your obliques, your inner thigh muscles or your adductors, your quads, and your hamstrings. And of course, other minor muscles. Now say for instance, you're struggling with that range of motion. You can do this instead. Number five is the pancake stretch. The pancake stretch is the same thing as the straddle left to right, but you're just going down the middle instead. This stretch is gonna provide a greater range of motion. Also, it's gonna help to alleviate a greater degree of tightness in those inner thigh muscles. Now, again, let's say you can't get that range of motion. You can do this instead. Just remember to relax your body when you're doing this stretch. The next stretch I have for you guys is the butterfly. The butterfly stretch is gonna be great for alleviating stress and tightness in your hips and in your groin. And once again, if you can't get that range of motion, do this instead. And you can also flap your knees for greater range of motion. This next stretch is called lying knee crossover, or at least that's what I call it. And it's gonna be great for alleviating tightness and stress in your glutes. The lying knee crossover stretch is gonna be great because not only will it help to reduce the stress and tightness in your glutes, but also if you have lower back pain or just lower back stiffness. Just remember to sit upright, hug that knee in tight, and to relax your body. All right, we're down to our last two stretches. And the next one I have for you guys is you're gonna stand against the wall and you're gonna stretch your shoulders. So I call this your standing shoulder stretch. This stretch is gonna be great because it's gonna help to alleviate tightness in your shoulders and in your upper back muscles. Just remember to posteriorly tilt your pelvis when doing the stretch, as it's gonna actively put your shoulders in a better position, which is gonna increase your mobility, which I'll talk about in another video because there's a big difference between mobility and flexibility. The last stretch I have for you guys is a standing tricep stretch. And this stretch is gonna be great for alleviating tightness in your tricep as well as your lat muscles. And those are my basic stretches I have for you guys. Just remember to do these 2 basic things before you begin stretching. Make sure you guys are properly warmed up, and most importantly, make sure you relax when you're doing stretches. I recommend to you guys also to do these stretches 20 to 30 seconds, maybe 2 or 3 sets. With that, guys, go ahead and like this video. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, do I need to say more? Because if you know better, you'll do better.